Hi there, I'm Matt from the Underground Cookery School. Today I'm just going to show you a really simple, easy recipe. Hi there, I'm going to show you how to make vanilla ice cream, and I'm going to do it in one of these very simple, economical ice cream machines that make fantastic ice cream from Kenwood. Now, I've got some just full fat milk here, and whenever you cook, always use full fat, otherwise it's split. And that's going to go in a pan, and I'm going to heat that through. I've also got a vanilla pod here. Move all of these out the way so you can see. And I'm just going to slice lengthways down the pod. And we want to get all that vanilla out, so you just scrape using the back end of a knife. The pod goes in as well. There we go. And then same again here. And what's going to happen is over the next 5 or 6 minutes, not even, I'd say probably 2 or 3 minutes, the milk's going to come up to the boil, and then we're going to leave that just to for all those flavours to infuse for about 20 minutes. Now I want to just talk to you about the mechanics of how the whole process of making ice cream works. Because when we've got the actual custard, because that's really what it is, and we're going to put it into this bowl, and what's going to happen is it's going to churn the ice cream and freeze at the same time. Now these particular ice cream machines, you have to put this part in the freezer for about 24 hours. It comes out, you put the custard in, it churns. That milk's come up to the boil now, so what I'll do is just take that off the heat, and I'm going to leave that for about 15 or 20 minutes for all those the flavour in the vanilla to infuse with the milk, so we really get you know, the maximum out of the vanilla pod. We're going to add sugar and yolks to that. We're going to churn it. When it thickens out, we're going to scrape it into a separate container and finish it off in the freezer. If it sounds a little confusing now, it will make perfect sense in a moment, trust me. Well, that milk's been resting for about 20 minutes. I've got these gloves on because it bloody well hurts when you have to scrape all the rest of the vanilla out when it's very hot. Just give that a good old mix. Now if you're working in the same quantities of me, I've got 3 egg yolks in here. I've got half a pint of milk, half a pint of cream, 1 vanilla pod, and about 3 tablespoons of caster sugar. Now I'm just going to mix. You can use an electric hand whisk if you like, but I'm just going to mix the sugar and the egg together like that. And this is what's going to help the ice cream set later on. And then I'm going to just pour the yolks and the sugar into the milk. So just keep moving that. There we go. Give it a good old mix. And that's going to go back onto the hob. Now there's a reason why I use the wooden spoon, and I'm going to show you what why that is now. At the moment you can see the mixture's quite runny, and what we're going to, or rather what I'm looking to do, is coat the back of the spoon, and that's going to take a bit of cooking down. Now you do have to be very careful, because if you're not careful you end up with scrambled eggs, which interestingly enough is how Heston Blumenthal came up with his bacon and eggs ice cream, because one day one of his chefs cooked the custard, which I'm doing now, and it turned into eggs, and being a good chef he didn't want to waste the ingredients, so he thought, well, what goes with egg? Oh, I'll try bacon. Doesn't taste that nice with ice cream, but then he added a sweet brioche to the final dish, and it fantastic. So I'm going to cook this down for about 3 or 4 minutes until it coats the back of the spoon, because at the moment it's still watery, and then we're going to finish the ice cream off. Right, let me just show you now. Look, you can see that's coated the back of a spoon beautifully. So that's ready. Now I've got my cream here, and the reason I like putting the cream in at this point, a lot of people cook the cream and the milks together at the same time. But this actually cools the mixture down. And with one of these ice creams, you know, one where you have to freeze the bowl, I think it works better because the mixture is then cooled down, and as a consequence it will churn better. You'll see what I mean again in a sec. So I'm just giving that, let's move that over here for the moment. I've got another bowl which I've already had in the freezer overnight, so that's a lukewarm one. We'll get rid of that. And what I'm going to do is just tip the custard mixture straight in here. Now, for perfect results, what I would do is pour this into just a regular bowl, put it in the freezer for 15 minutes to really cool down, and then put it back in here. But for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm not going to do that. Pour that straight in. Just try and get as much of the vanilla in there as well. Lovely. Right, now I'm going to stick the attachment on. And this bit is quite crucial to the whole sort of understanding process. Because what happens now is that's going to churn, and it's quite watery. But over the course of, it's going to take about an hour. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you the consistency after an hour once it's set. Because most people think, it's okay, but it's not quite where I'm at. What they fail to realise is once you've got the stiffness of the ice cream having set, you still have to then freeze it in the freezer for 2 to 3 hours. So you've seen the texture of this now, and the mistake that most people make is they think, well, why isn't it setting like proper ice cream? The reality is you still need to finish it off in the freezer. So if I just, I'm going to take the churner out as well, and as you can see, if we just put that straight in, like that, scrape it all out. I'm going to scrape the whole lot in here. Now, I mean, this is, you know, well churned, as you can see, but I still think it needs another hour in the freezer before you can serve it. So I'm just going to show you that texture in an hour's time, and then we're done. But we've now got the perfect texture, and seriously, if you serve this up at home for friends and family, people will just groan with pleasure. Homemade ice cream, that's how you make it.